Hey everybody, welcome to Big Dumb Monsters. I'm Nick.
And I'm Chris.
And this week, because we're dum-dums, we watched two separate movies.
We did.
But they are sequential movies by the same director. Chris watched Diary of the Dead, and I watched Survival of the Dead. Because we can't communicate as adults. And it's fine. It's fine.
And the overall theme of the show is disappointment of the dead.
Yes. George was not leaving us with bangers before he died. But yeah, no, we pull it off. We talk about both movies. We get into it. And we're not mad, George. We're just disappointed.
You basically dropped a couple of upper deckers before leaving the party, and we noticed.
My man shit in the microwave.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
we noticed.
Yeah. But yeah, I think our bullshit notwithstanding, the episode winds up being pretty good. So, yeah. So here we are talking about Diary and Survival of the Dead on Big Dumb Monsters. Enjoy the show.
It's a perfect night in the scale of hollow. The air itself is filled with monsters.
And there we are.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are standing before you right now against all odds. Fucking.
Yeah.
You know, like there's that story of like in the 60s when like the US government supposedly like lost a nuke over North Carolina.
Yeah.
And like out of the like 4 fail safes, like 3 of them failed.
Yep.
And like the only thing that kept us from like losing all of North Carolina was this one like last fail safe.
Yeah.
Pretty sure we hit the 4th fail safe tonight.
Sure did.
Yeah.
This episode, just like before we started recording, just a comedy of errors. Like, think of a thing that could go wrong.
And it did.
That son-bitch went wrong.
Yeah.
So we'll start off with our computer that we run all of this on, molasses slow when it wanted to do something.
Yeah.
Certain programs didn't want to open at all. And the best thing that could ever happen, Chris and I watched different movies.
Yeah, we found this out seconds before the movie started. Or the show started.
Yeah. Because last week, when we were deciding on what movie we wanted to watch, one of the two of us got this fucked up because we had a discussion about which movie came first and which one was Handycam, and we said we weren't going to watch the one with Handycam.
Fuck, I forgot that part of this conversation.
Yeah. So I'm not going to point any elbows at who's to blame for this.
I will say, I did not realize the movie I watched came out before Survival of the Dead.
Yeah.
I thought this was the very last movie that Romero did.
No, the one that I watched was his last hurrah. And Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And his
what
last
a fucking
movie
swan song.
should have been Land of the Dead.
Yes.
Fucking, yeah. Also, this is just now like I can't. It went from the beginning. We had it on at the there it is. Now it's letting me do it. It was at the beginning, and then it just jumped to the end. Now I'm in a commercial.
Here.
What the fuck is going on? Like,
I don't
Which
know.
one of you pissed off a hard G
yeah.
during the full moon?
Yeah.
It's
fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. We've been through worse.
It's true. Yeah.
We've done it.
But no, we are here now. We are eventually going to have a movie playing in front of us. We'll go chronologically,
Okay.
because this was the 2007 one.
Yeah, go for it.
This I feel like was an attempt by a let's to be I don't want to shit on George Romero because I love George Romero, but like an attempt
we're going to.
yeah an attempt by like a decreasingly relevant director in the horror world trying to latch on to an emerging trend in like found footage and like that type of thing.
And what year did this come out?
2007.
Oh
Yeah. So this is like post Blair Witch. This is like
it's after Cloverfield, isn't it?
I think
maybe not.
No, because I think we keep doing this where we think Cloverfield came out way longer ago than it actually did.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Was Cloverfield from the 10s?
I think it was. Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Really? God damn.
Maybe we got it the other way around.
It's right between these two
I don't think
movies.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did Cloverfield like way the fuck back.
Yeah.
So yeah, like this it's like, there's like a narrative to it. It's like somebody made this, so it's not quite found.
Yeah, it's a documentary. It's a
there's like a narrative to like the parts in between, like, but it is shot on like handy cams, like there's security cam footage.
Yeah.
It's not good. I mean, like, there's a couple of cool things. Like this opening scene is kind of cool. It's just like a news team, like they're going like, like just a police emergency. Like, you hear them talking and like, they hear like, oh, the father went crazy and shot the mother and the kid and like shot himself.
Where does this take place, like in the timeline of?
It doesn't specify, so I'm thinking this is happening at the same time as like Night of the Living Dead, and like this would predate Dawn of the Dead, and clearly predates Day of the Dead. So this is probably like the same time that like Johnny and Barbara are in the cemetery. Like this stuff is probably unfolding, because it's just like this is like the first like recorded zombie attack, basically. What the narrator says.
Right.
It is, I mean, it's in the title, Diary of the Dead. Like, it is not a complete story. It is like bits and pieces of like, we turn the camera on here and then like, you see this and then like it turns off and then like time has passed clearly. And like, now this is happening and like, oh, okay. But it seems like they go through like the complete collapse of society in the span of like a day.
Oh,
yeah. So I don't know. It doesn't really specify how much time is passing in between the things. Like, and they're also trying to get from like Pittsburgh to Scranton, which I think is like 3 hours tops. I mean, like not in a zombie apocalypse, but like,
well, sure.
Yeah. I mean, like how long of a story can it be?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like it was just not good. It's just like, I mean, like the effects are kind of cool. Like, see, like this dude's getting shot in the chest. Like that's practical. It doesn't look like CGI. Like it looks cool. At least we don't have blue zombies in this. So like, that's all well and good. It's just like, I feel like, there isn't, again, not to shit on George Romero, but like how much string pulling is he doing at this point? Like, are we just slapping his name on like a shitty movie?
Well, the thing was like after Land, he was like, all right, I'm done with big Hollywood budget movies and I'm going to do indie shit again. So like, is it him crowdsourcing, or is it like he's just rustling up investors? Because I know that these last two movies weren't made for a whole lot of money.
Yeah, so this is like stock footage. Like, there's a lot of stock footage in this movie.
Yeah.
But it's got Tatiana Maslany somehow. I mean, this is before she was like, pretty well known.
I just looked up, and Survival of the Dead is about 3 to 4 weeks after the outbreak in Dawn of the Dead.
Okay.
Oh, Arthur, you have some shit up there.
Yeah, so I found an unofficial list, and people were generally agreeing with it. Night, it comes on the night. Diary also takes place on the first night of the outbreak. Dawn is give or take a week later.
Yeah.
Survival,
Yeah.
is a little later, like maybe a few months. Day would be a year after, and night after the night, and Land is a decade after, give or take.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
But this is unofficial, like people evaluating based on context clues. Like in one of them, they're robbing a bank and taking the money, and he's like, "You never know. Like society might come back."
Yeah, in Survival, there is like in the beginning of the movie, it says like how long it's been since like the outbreak or whatever, but like it like flashed real quick.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Aren't there like barely any fucking zombies in Survival of the Dead?
I mean, there are, but not.
It's because people die during the course of the story, right?
It's people die during the course of the story, and then there's like there's the island that they're on that has zombies on it.
Okay.
And like there's a few like sprinkled in like before they get to that island.
I just remember there being a lot of horse riding back and forth between like sides of the island. Like,
No.
I don't remember. Like,
You're remembering it wrong.
Yeah.
The fucked up stupid part is that there's a horse riding zombie. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is the horse a zombie also, or?
That's fair. That is a fair noise.
That's
to
the best noise I could come up with, like for comically stupid.
Yeah. That's not good.
It's not good. The whole movie is not good. I'm gonna start touching on this movie, because it's a direct sequel to this. Like,
Okay.
because they reference part of this movie in Survival of the Dead. The main, I guess, main character of that, I think they just call him Sarge, is in this movie for like a half a second.
Okay.
Or whatever. Like, or maybe he's in it longer. But there's a clip of the documentary footage with him in it, and he's like forcing the kids to turn the camera off. And then it doesn't really seem related to any of the other movies, other than that there are zombies.
Yeah, it's just like a family feud, basically, with zombies in the background.
It's the Hatfields and McCoys.
Yeah.
With zombies.
Yeah.
But they're Irish, like wicked fucking Irish, off the coast of Delaware.
It's actually where Irish Spring comes from. The soap.
Filmed in Canada, but which is another wild fucking thing. It's filmed in Canada. Like, George Romero is like,
And like not even on the east coast of Canada.
he's
like
the
in
Pennsylvania
Vancouver.
guy. He's the fucking Pittsburgh dude.
Yeah.
Everything was in Pittsburgh. That's like saying fucking Stephen King wrote a story that didn't involve Maine or New England at some.
This new Stephen King story is set in Florida.
Yeah. Don't jive. It just does not jive.
Yeah.
And like, there's no. I can't tell you about this one, but in Survival, there's almost no like George Romero like essence in the fucking
stank to it.
There's
Same
no
with
stank
this.
to it. Yeah.
Yeah. This is just like, that's why I say, like, are we just slapping his name on it and like somebody else is
No,
making
he
it?
fucking wrote and directed them.
Yeah, like there's no like the character, like you think of like the characters in like Night of the Living Dead or Dawn of the, even Day of the Dead, like you got to knew like the main characters.
You knew them, you like them, you want them to survive.
In this one, these people are just indistinguishable. Like they're just which one was that one again? Like you don't give a shit. Yeah, you just don't give a shit. Yeah, which is not what I like. I'm fine with that. In a zombie movie, like when the zombies are the main focus and your characters are disposable, whatever. But like when you are supposed to be getting like a George A. Romero joint, there are certain expectations you have. I don't know about this one. Survival met like almost none of that. Yeah, no, it doesn't scratch like the zombie movie itch. Like, it's just fucking, it's just, I mean, there are, I don't want to shun this completely. There are things I like about this. I like that this is like back to basics. Like, it's not like big zombie swarms and, you know, big showy set pieces. Yeah. Like, I like that approach, but there's a way to do it and make it entertaining. And then there's this. Yeah. Like,
does this one have dipshit slapstick stuff in it? Because Survival does.
God, there's like a little bit of comedy to things. Like it's, you know, but they're not really comedy. And
are there what you would call a gag? Because there are gags in Survival.
Like there's a callback like to the scene we were just watching. Like it's the one actress, she's running around and like, you know, the mummy is supposed to like rip her dress off. And she's like, well, why does that have to happen? Like, you know, that wouldn't happen. Like, yeah. And then like later on and like, you know, they're running through the forest and like a zombie rips her dress off. Like,
okay. That's when you can go like, oh, just like a little levity in the situation. Survival has like full on jokes. Like,
I remember hating that movie.
It sucks. It sucks. But there's a scene where Sarge shoots a zombie with a flare gun in the chest. So obviously his head catches fire. And then Sarge is able to light his cigarette off the burning zombie's head while it's just standing there.
No.
Like, that's dumb.
Yeah.
That's not... So, like it's not tongue-in-cheek. And George Romero had, in the past, more tongue-in-cheek. Where, the jokes were... either timed really well and you could forgive it being a joke, or they were subtle. This is none of that.
Like the big joke in Night of the Living Dead is like, oh, the keys to the fucking pump, you know, we're in the basement all the whole time. Yeah. Fuck, we could have got out of here.
But that's not even a joke. That's.
But that is like that's the extent of it. You know. Yeah. You know, there's no comedy in that movie.
Yeah, like Dawn of the Dead.
You have like the guy in like the blood pressure machine. You have like. Yeah. You know, like the
But there's the fucking pie fight. And I will never forgive him for the pie fight. I will never do that.
I forgot how much you hated that.
I do. I fucking hate it. Yeah, pretty much.
I'm working with what I got.
Yeah, that's fine. But you take that, like, one instance, like that obvious gag, and, you know, like, you've done a pretty good job of explaining it. You know, it's like, it's supposed to be this really lighthearted moment inside of this crazy, serious horror movie. And I can kind of get behind that. But, like, when your movie isn't setting up serious, it's just, like, kind of clown shoes the whole way through.
Yeah.
And then you throw gags, like, obvious gags like that at me. You're losing me as a fan.
Yeah, I don't remember this having anything that, like, blatant in it.
Yeah.
But it's just like it felt like watered down George Romero to me.
Yeah. So what also kind of drives me crazy is like these. So these movies are supposed to take place at the beginning of the Romero-verse, like, zombie thing. Set them in the fucking 60s and 70s.
Yeah. Have it, look, you know, make it make sense. Have it, you know, tie them all together like that.
Yeah, like, you can't give me a movie. You can't start your series in 1968 or 69, whatever the fuck it was, and then progress through time, adding technology, and then throw out 2 movies with computers and camcorders and cell phones and shit that are supposed to take place at the same time as your movie from the 60s.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that is a missed opportunity and just lazy fucking storytelling.
Yeah. And, like, I don't want to call George lazy because, like, that feels bad.
But it is what it is.
But it is what it is. Like,
yeah.
I know he was sick, like, when he was making these fucking movies, but... fucking lame.
You can't do camcorder found footage in the 60s. Yeah, that's true. Then don't have it be a fucking...
Yeah, it didn't have to be camcorder found footage. Or set it later.
Yeah.
Like, that's the rub, I think, is just like... it's fucking lame.
This episode is turning out to be like a study of the decline of George Romero, basically.
It is what it is, man.
Yeah. And then the character, going back to the characters, like the characters we do get are all just like cookie cutter tropes. You have the guy who's obsessed with filmmaking, who's going to make this film, no matter what the cost. Like,
yeah. It was the same thing in Survival. Like, you have, your Hatfield and McCoy's like Family Feud thing, but like, so what?
Yeah,
I've seen that story.
Why do I give a fuck if these two families want to kill each other? Like, that'd be more entertaining than the fucking story you're telling me. Like,
it's like you don't have to gimmick the story with something I've seen 1,000 times, and then just add zombies to it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, I like maybe his really good movies have just made us jaded, and we're like, well, we expect that quality of movie every time because he was able to deliver so many times. Right, like
with less probably at his disposal.
Yeah, like Night of the Living Dead was awesome. Like he's the godfather of fucking zombie movies for a reason. Like the movie's amazing.
Yeah,
and it has. He didn't intend for it to have it, but it had that great social commentary in it. Dawn of the Dead, same thing. It's amazing zombie movie. With a deeper message about, consumerism.
Oh, sorry, I got chair ass.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, there we go.
Day of the Dead. Again, amazing movie. Like, I care about the characters. The zombies are awesome. And the whole thing is kind of about, like, military power and how that's escalating. Then you get into Land of the Dead. Land of the Dead fucking rules. A lot of people hate it for whatever reason. But, like, it's a good zombie movie.
Yeah.
Great kills, great makeup, awesome stuff in it. And it's a story about the class warfare. Like,
yeah. I think it's a case of, like, expectations. I think going, because that was the first Romero movie we had in, like, that point almost, it was probably like 15 years maybe at that point.
No, more than that, because Day of the Dead was 85.
And Land of the Dead was, 99? So 14
No,
years.
Land of the Dead was in the 2000s, dog.
Was it really?
Yeah. I want to say that was like 2006?
Holy
5-6?
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right about that. Yes. No, it was 2000. It had to be 2004, 2005 because I was working at Hollywood Video at the time, I believe, when I went to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Holy Christ. So yeah, it was 20 years at that point, when we had, so you're like all hyped up.
Yeah.
And your expectations just aren't going to live up to what you get. Like,
Never.
Yeah,
Never.
yeah.
But, like, I had healthy expectations for these movies. Like, he was in his later years. He had no money to do them with. But, like, the stories aren't good. Like, that's a huge part of a Romero zombie movie is that the story is good. It's compelling characters. It's a great fucking movie. Like,
yeah.
I want a movie.
Exactly. Yeah. Movie ass movie. Where this just, it feels like a shitty college movie or something. Like,
yeah.
Anybody
could have made this fucking thing.
Matt Hatter saying he never really watched these with the, with the thought in his head that they were shared continuity. I absolutely did. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because you would have flashbacks to previous movies in them. Like,
yeah.
Like, So Night of the Living Dead has like news footage that carries over into
Dawn of the Dead, the beginning of the Dawn. Yeah, that's true. There is actually a scene in this movie that I was wondering if it takes place at the same time as the first scene in Dawn of the Dead with the police raid.
Yeah.
Because again, it could possibly have, depending on how much time passes in this movie, because they're on the road for a while. But like they have like a radio and they're listening and they hear like a police like, all right, we're outside the building, like, you know, we're going in, and like you just hear like, you know, zombies taking, you know, overtaking them.
Right.
So I was like, oh, I wonder if that's referencing the beginning of Dawn of the Dead. So maybe that is what that was, but again, like that one sly reference isn't going to say this whole piece of shit.
No, because like you can have cool shit in a garbage movie and the movie is still garbage.
Yeah.
Like, how many times do we think some cool shit happened in Pro Wrestlers versus Zombies? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that movie fucking blew.
Yeah, terrible. But there was a couple of things where you're like, that's kind of awesome.
Oh,
yeah. These are not it. I can tell you that, like, watching Survival of the Dead, I was doing my best to survive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was fighting off the urge to play Snap in the middle of this movie.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, when I'm sitting there and I'm like, I have to watch this with a critical eye. And when he looks at me, he goes, yeah, you know you're onto something good.
It's no jerk off sound effect. I'm sorry.
There's a cuckoo one. It's not,
I don't know that's the sound.
There it is.
Followed by the squash.
Yeah. Yeah.
They just fall flat, dude. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah, TJ is 100% right. It's sad seeing how the Dead universe declined.
Yeah. Like, much like the society in the movie, like, as we go on.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. I'm trying to at least give it a little credit. You know, it's commenting on its own shittiness.
Yeah.
Don't mind if I do. TJ, thank you. I didn't even have to burp for that one.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you will.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It is coming.
Yeah, She-Hulk just blew her brains out.
Excuse me?
Fucking,
It's the actress.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can really taste the can on that PBR.
That's so bad.
I mean, it is PBR.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine beer.
Fine.
I've drank gallons of it.
It's more of that French toast beer in there if you want.
I'm good. I'll stick with the PBR.
There's a cherry pie left in there, too.
There is one club in there, too.
Oh.
Aye.
Oh, I think we can rate these fucking turds.
Yeah.
I'll go first because, again, chronologically.
Yeah.
I hate to say that I'm going to rank this below the line of rewatchability because I fucking love George Romero.
Yeah.
Like, in terms of, like, my horror fandom, like, it's Romero first and, like, foremost. Like,
yeah.
You know?
This is the way it should be.
Yeah.
Who did, like, for real, though? Like, I mean, there's I didn't like the movie, but there is, you know, room to talk about Danny Boyle.
Yeah. Fuck.
But
we're going to have to watch that next, aren't we?
Maybe. But yeah, George Romero is like the peak of the mountain for zombie movies. For me.
Yeah. But not even just like, you know, zombie movies for me, like the two probably biggest, like, blah, 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 blah. The two biggest, like, horror-related memories I have from being a kid were watching Nightmare on Elm Street for the first time.
Yeah.
And being fucking frightened. And watching Night of the Living Dead for the first time and being fucking terrified.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so, like, it fucking hits that much harder watching a subpar product get put out.
Yeah. I saw I think Dawn of the Dead was the first of the Dead series I saw.
Oh, dude, I remember I had a friend who was his deal. He had like a single dad who was always at work. So me, him, and his brother would just hang out all day and fucking. We were just unattended, fucking. Yeah. And they had his dad had a copy of Night of the Living Dead. As was
the way back then.
It was the 80s, yeah. We were feral children. I saw somebody on Instagram or something, ask is that real? Is that really? Yeah. Yeah. Fucking absolutely. Yeah.
That's why so many of us died.
Yeah. Got kidnapped. Fucking, they had to put out messages telling us not to get into strangers' vans.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Yeah.
But anyway,
it's 9:00. Do you know where your children are? It's a real thing.
And a lot of times people are like, oh fuck, I don't. But yeah, no, he had a copy of that movie, and I remember we're reading the back, and I'm like, dude, should we be watching this? It says this is one of the scariest movies ever made.
Yeah,
and we must have been 8 or 9 maybe at the time. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm gonna go a hard 4, not even to get it near the line of rewatchability. I don't need to see this again.
Yeah.
This is actually another cool part. It's the very few zombie things that we do get are actually good. It's just that we don't. Maybe we're just I don't know too used to having movies with giant swarms of zombies everywhere and.
Yeah, maybe. I like tension in a zombie movie. That's That's kind of why Day of the Dead works so well for me is because it's not
Fun fact: the other zombie that she just shot there's 2 zombies. Yeah. The first one, Greg Nicotero.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I assume he did the makeup?
Probably, yeah.
I don't know if you could afford him these days, but I mean, Jesus Christ. Greg Nicotero might even do Romero shit for free.
Yeah, he'd probably just do it. Yeah, just to do it.
I don't think he did Survival.
Yeah, I didn't do the research on that one, so I don't know.
I'm trying to remember if I saw his name in any of the credits, but I don't think so. Yeah. But they looked like classic Romero zombies where they didn't have a whole lot of prosthetic shit. They were just kind of painted different, which doesn't work so well in high definition film.
Yeah.
There he is. Special effects makeup consultant.
Oh yeah. They probably Hey Greg, we have a question.
But some of the physical, the props and the gore effects and stuff, were good. I gotta give it that.
Yeah, same with this. It's got its moments.
Yeah.
There's one scene where a dude breaks a jar of hydrochloric acid over a zombie's head and it slowly dissolves until it eats his brain away. It doesn't take an instant. It's maybe 30 seconds or so, and it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a little CGI-ish, but I like the concept. I like what they were going for. Yeah. That one right there is Greg Nicotero.
No shit.
So yeah, I don't know.
4, huh? You rated it a 4?
Yeah, because like I said, don't need to see it.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna go with for Survival of the Dead. Oh god, this feels fucking wrong and filthy. It's a 3.5.
Yeah, I from what I remember, that seems about right.
It's nonsense.
Yeah, it just it doesn't fit thematically with any of the other movies or it's this weird
there's no deeper meaning to anything.
Yeah.
There's no redeeming qualities in the story. I don't care about the characters. It's got rad gore effects. That's basically it. It just sucks, man. Yeah. It just sucks.
Mattis Hatter suggested Death of the Dead as the theme of the decline of these movies.
Yeah.
Ironically, the name of the movie that they're making in this is The Death of Death.
Yeah. I hate that.
Oh, it's so fucking bad.
Yes, all the horror grades do have stinkers, but for George to leave us with these 2 pieces of shit, one right after the other, just feels especially bad.
Creative bankruptcy of the dead, yeah.
All right. You ready to move on to trivia?
Yes, and to specify, it's the trivia for Survival of the Dead.
Yeah, that's right.
Not to bother you with trivia. I used to think they were kind of trivial.
Still proud of that guitar line. Okay. All right. There's not a whole lot of trivia, so
All right.
let's stick with it here. George A. Romero had plans to make 2 more sequels, which he would film back-to-back, starting with Road of the Dead. Unfortunately, illness and his untimely death in 2017 prevented any of this from happening, which I gotta say, okay.
He died in 2017?
Yeah.
That doesn't feel right.
No, it doesn't.
feels like it was longer ago.
Mm.
All right.
The first horror, well, I mean, that was, you know what,
8 years ago.
8 years ago?
It still feels longer than that.
Yeah, it kind of does, but... All right. This is the first horror film to be nominated for the Golden Lion at the Venice Film Festival since 1932's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
The fuck for?
Fucking why?
Yeah.
Because they were like, oh, it's a George Romero movie. He's
Yeah, give it
getting
to
old.
him.
Well, it nominated. It didn't fucking win anything.
Yeah, it was like a lifetime achievement thing or something,
Yeah.
probably. Like, oh, yeah. Fucking hell.
Yeah. The cast members are almost all Canadian, the exception being Julian Richings, who is from London, England. The movie was shot entirely in Canada. Julian Richings is, we've talked about him before. He was in Cube. He played Death in Supernatural.
Okay. For some reason, he wasn't in the top stars on this.
Because this is a different
We're
movie.
talking about a different movie. Yeah, that's why.
Yep, that's why. That's the one. That's fine.
Oh boy!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
That's fine.
fine.
Throughout many of the scenes, the weather intervened. The scene in which Sarge confronts the hunters in the woods was filmed in different locations, with the shots, including the hunters, filmed under a tarp because in their location it was raining. The moments where they speak were muted and redubbed because of the heavy rain tapping on the tarp above them. Like, I get, like, working around things, but, like...
yeah.
Really?
Fucking Christ.
Yeah. And then this is going to be our last trivia fact for the evening. According to the filmmaker's commentary... Who's going to watch the fucking commentary on this? The film went through 60 to 70 optional titles before Survival of the Dead was finally chosen.
How many... Well, it is just Mad Libs of the Dead, basically, at that point. Just blank of the Dead. Blank,
Yeah.
like...
For sure.
I'm sure Island of the Dead. I don't know. What about Feud of the Dead?
Yeah.
Space Station of the Dead.
Evening of the Dead.
Brunch of the Dead.
All right.
Oh, Alex is in the chat.
Alex, what's up, brother? Thor suggested we should do Blood and Honey as the next movie.
The movie sucks so bad.
because of the mead. When they come on. So that coming soon. Blood and Honey. You heard it, Alex.
What if we just do the second one?
We can do that. I've never seen the first one.
I don't want to watch the first one again.
Yeah, all right. We'll do Blood and Honey, man. We'll figure it out. We'll get it scheduled.
Blood orange mead to bring.
Ooh, there you go. Oh, yeah, it's my segment now, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking. Like, if we ever get like a Big Dumb Monsters
You did suggest that, yeah. Blood orange.
blood orange with like vanilla and clove.
Down for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex is in. Yeah, all right, we're gonna move on to the better known as.
I know you. I know you. I knew you. I knew you. promise you ain't you.
Just for clarification, it is the better known as for Diary of the Dead.
I can't believe we took a shit so hard on this episode.
Surprisingly few technical difficulties since the start, though.
You had to say that. You had to say that.
Well, done now.
Yeah.
Fate.
Oh, man.
Power outage.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. He's going to save some of that barrel, that bourbon barrel.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, thanks, man. No, we obviously fucking definitely would want to try some of that. All right, let's talk about some disappointing fucking. Luckily, it looks like there's a lot, but we're going to blow through some of these.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, even director George Romero, we have talked about at length before. We have just talked about at length, for the majority of this podcast.
We have now officially talked about all of the dead movies.
Yeah. We still have the crazies. We could do that.
Beer!
Okay.
There it is.
Yeah.
I'm still really glad that we watched Martin.
That was a really good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that a Ken Reed?
No, I don't think
thought
so.
we discussed it with him, I think.
I think we talked about it with him.
Yeah. We've covered the George Romero ground. I mean, he is a legend who sadly cranked out some fucking turkeys on his last two films.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can. Well, the crazy. There's no monster in the crazies, but we've bent the rules before.
Yeah. Motherfucker was 6'5".
I did not know that.
I knew he was tall, but I didn't think he was that tall.
I would not have expected George Romero to be taller than me. Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's starting forward. George Romero.
Matt Tanner also said you can stretch the definition of monster. Watch Bruiser by Romero.
I have not seen it.
Yeah, I would say watch the first 4 of the Dead movies. I can give you the highest of recommendations for those movies.
For sure.
Yeah. If you're a horror fan, they're homework. You need to watch them.
Yeah.
So we're going to move on. Up next, we have Michelle Morgan, who was the main character. Well, ends up being kind of the main character in this movie. Her name was Deborah. She was on, apparently, this is a Canadian show called Heartland for 269 episodes. That just sounds like it'd be something that's like on the Family Channel here. Like wholesome as fuck. Like it just feels like it's, repellent for me.
Yeah. Like I don't feel good about this.
Yeah. And it's
You're showing me things in this show that I never had.
Gross. She shows up in 2 episodes of the Batwoman show that was on CW a couple of years ago. Other than that, not really much else to note.
Mm-hmm.
She shows up in an episode of Supernatural.
Hey, I like that.
Heartland is a CW teenage sports drama.
Perfect.
Sure.
Is that an Amish throwing dynamite?
Yes, it is. Yeah. I'm Samuel Hello. Yeah.
No gags in this movie, though, huh?
I forgot about that. Okay. Yeah. I forgot about it. Sorry. Yes, there are gags in the movie. We are going to move on. Next up, Joshua Close, who was in this movie. He is in the first season of the Fargo TV series. It was 2014. I highly, highly recommend that series as well. It is fucking good. I think there was something. Oh, he was in Killers of the Flower Moon also in 2023.
It's a really good marathon of a movie.
Yeah. Like that and like The Brutalist are pretty much the same length.
Dude, it fucking... It's so weird though, because like you watch Killers of the Flower Moon and you're like, this movie is going on forever. I can't think of anything to cut out of it though.
Yeah, no, yeah, it is all like important, yeah, to the story.
TJ, the better known as for this one is Diary of the Dead.
Yes, yeah. If you're asking if the episode is about diary or survival, the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
better known as diary.
Surviving the diarrhea of the dead.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Aside from that, I don't think there's really much to mention. The Blacklist on NBC, 12 Monkeys, the series. We mentioned Fargo. Justified. Always shout out Justified. The Master from Paul Thomas Anderson. Various things here and there. We're going to move right on.
Yeah.
Up next, Sean Roberts, this blockhead looking dude.
Jeez, hold on, go back up. His entire face is crooked.
Yeah.
Whole goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, like even like look at his hairline.
Yeah.
It's lopsided.
Still more handsome than I am, I guess.
Anyway, as we're sitting here criticizing this stranger we've never met.
There he goes as a guest option, you know.
Yeah, we've burned that bridge. Oh no, we'll never have
You have to go look at
Sean Roberts on the show.
Scroll back up.
Fuck him.
He was also on 11 episodes of that Heartland show. That's like 100th of the run of that show.
Yeah.
A lot of the people on this were on this Murdoch Mysteries show. I'm sure that's Canadian because I've never heard of it. He shows up as Spartacus on an episode of DC's Legends of Tomorrow in 2021.
I have to pause real quick because, I mean, our dynamite throwing Amish man just died.
Yeah.
By scything himself in the face to kill the zombie behind him.
To be fair, he knew he was bitten at that point.
But you can't. It wouldn't work that way. Like, not even close. Like, be close.
There's just not an angle.
I'm not even talking about angle. He went through his fucking forehead. The second he does that, his fucking brain shuts off. And he's not pushing the scythe into another fucking head behind him.
I'm sure there's enough momentum.
You know, like George went like, you know, it'd be cool. Give me another cigarette. If he scythed himself, I got a tickle in my chest. If I scythed myself in the face to get to the zombie behind me, yeah,
do that.
Yeah.
He was in Triple X: The Return of Xander Cage. That movie was from 2017. That also feels like it's like...
Is that what killed George Romero?
he had his heart set on doing that car jump stunt, you know? I saved this dude because he plays Albert Wesker in the Resident Evil movies of varying quality.
But never high.
Yeah, crazy. All of it low, yeah. Variations of low. Other than that, he shows up in Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief. Also Supernatural. I'm pretty sure, like, if you were just an actor in, like, Vancouver, you're getting on, like, you know, Supernatural, any of those DC shows when they're filming. Like,
for sure.
Yeah. He was in the movie Jumper in 2008 about teleporting people. lot of people in this movie were in this Stir of Echoes sequel, which was a TV movie. Gross. First Stir of Echoes is a pretty good movie.
I don't remember which one that was.
It's with Kevin Bacon. It's kind of a Sixth Sense ripoff, and then like he like hears like this dead girl whispering to him like in his house, and like he ends up like uncovering evidence about a murder. And
okay, yeah,
not a bad movie. It was pretty good. This dude's in Land of the Dead, also the critical character of Mike.
Yes.
Degrassi, again, if you're a Canadian actor, you're getting on Degrassi. He was on 5 episodes of it.
Never seen a single episode. Not the old shit, not the new shit, none of it.
For some, I know why. Health class in the late 80s was watching episodes of Degrassi Junior High. I shit you not. That was, yeah.
What?
That's what we did for health class.
Okay.
My health teacher was a former bench warmer for the New York Jets.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's the one.
Public education, ladies and gentlemen. His name was Robotech. We used to call him Mr. Robocop.
I'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
Oh, look, George.
He was not. Yeah, George Romero shows up in this movie as a police chief. Yeah, no, it's health class time. Hit play.
Yeah. Roll the cart out, please.
Spike got pregnant? Oh, no. It didn't occur to me how fucked up that really was until right now.
Glad to be here for your awakening.
Anyway, Martin Roach is in this movie. He was Stranger in this movie. I think we talked about it before because he was in The Shape of Water.
We must have.
Brewster Fuller was his name.
Yep.
That might be the only like notable thing he was in. He's in the Cruel Intentions TV series from last year, which I believe has been shit canned already. He was in 4 episodes of The Umbrella Academy. An Avatar video game, and not the good Avatar, the James Cameron one. Not that I know if the other one's good or not. I just, from what people say.
Like the movie Avatar was terrible. The show was actually pretty good.
Yeah. He was in that show C on Apple TV, which means nobody saw it. Still with Jason Momoa, like it's the world where everybody's blind.
Yeah, the show that looked pretty good, but because it was Apple TV, like nobody.
I got through like a season and a half of it. It wasn't bad. It was just like I am losing interest in this rapidly.
I think the problem is like I don't like Jason Momoa on TV.
I can see that. They like developed a fighting style for the show, which was kind of cool because nobody can see.
Yeah.
So they're all kind of like feeling around and like moving, just like once they touch something, like dragging a blade across it real quick. Like, yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. What was the other fucking show he was on? Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. It was like some post-apocalyptic thing. So it was on Netflix? It was Netflix.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's Game of Thrones.
Barely.
Yeah. He died from a scratch. Pussy. Mm-hmm. That's right. I said it. Just get a problem with it, you can come find me.
Yeah. Yeah. Jason Momoa, you pussy.
We're just burning all the guest bridges.
I think Jason Momoa would be too cool to hang out with. You know, like, he's that dude where, like, on the outside, you're like, that guy's into a lot of rad shit, and he seems super cool and nice, and then, like, to be around him is probably exhausting.
I was just like, we're shitting on him, he's gonna show up and be, like, really fucking nice. Like, why'd you do that, man? Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, like, he seems like the nicest dude, but he's probably also like, hey, come check out this bass I got. Oh, where'd you get that bass? Oh, I got it from Flea. Oh, you met Flea? Yeah, I was giving him whip lessons. Oh, shit.
You know what? That is actually very accurate.
Why did you know how to use a whip?
Yeah, man. When I was building my own forge in the backyard here, I was hammering out all this Damascus steel, and I was like, man, I kind of want something that I, like, make a target. But for what? I'm like, oh, maybe I can get a whip. So then I made this Damascus metal tip for the whip, and it was awesome. You know, like it's shit. It's got to be shit like that.
So I flew my helicopter to South America to get a special made whip.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. Keanu Reeves was with me.
Of course it was.
Oh, this dude was in American Gods for an episode.
Who gives a fuck?
I didn't want to say it, but yeah, we're gonna move on. Joe DeNickel shows up in this movie. He was the nerd wearing glasses who just skewered a zombie with an IV pole a minute ago. He was in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, Elevator Hipster. Don't remember him. But he was also in 12.
I don't know, but I do love that movie. I love that movie so much.
A good movie, yeah. He was in White Men Can't Jump. The TV remake, or the Hulu remake, sorry. Yeah. That movie is a fucking classic. Why would you ever, excuse me, think you could fucking touch that movie with a remake? Or just no.
I did not know that they made a TV Nash Bridges movie in 2021.
They could still be making Nash Bridges movies for all I fucking know.
I'd watch them if I knew they were a thing.
Looks like you got some homework because they were
critical part of my childhood.
This dude was in 7 episodes of the Hardy Boys reboot from a couple of years ago. I read the shit out of those books when I was a kid.
I didn't.
I was a nerd.
Oh, I just didn't have Hardy Boys books.
Yeah. He was in 13 episodes of Arrow, the CW Green Arrow show as Ragman. That's a very weird fucking character.
Ragman?
Yeah. A lot of people in this movie were in this My Babysitter's a Vampire movie. Like it's all like shows and movies that filmed in Vancouver. Is like everybody's like IMDb fucking in this.
Yep.
So we're gonna move on. Up next, Tatiana Maslany, the only like recognizable name in this whole movie. Of course, she is the She-Hulk in the MCU. She was also on Orphan Black, which was a pretty good show on BBC America a couple of years back. She is currently can be seen in The Monkey. She has done some voice work for Invincible, which fucking I love that show. It's back again. This new season has been really good.
I haven't watched it since the first season.
Oh, dude, that show is really fucking good.
Is it?
Yeah. Other than that, she shows up like in a lot of things, like here and there. This Troll Hunters animated thing, isn't that the Guillermo del Toro one?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
He produced it. Yeah.
She was on that Perry Mason HBO show from a couple years ago, which was pretty good. I watched the first season. Second season came out, and I just did not give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't have that Matlock stranglehold.
It's no Matlock. Yeah. I haven't watched the newest episode yet, but I am almost caught up. Big shit. All right. Fuck, I gotta watch Matlock. Oh my god! If I would ever fucking say that in my entire
what
life.
have I become?
Yeah, what the fuck?
That's all old. You got old.
Yeah. Oh, anyway. Yeah, I mentioned Orphan Black. That was 50 episodes of that show she was on. And she is fucking amazing on that show. She plays like probably like a dozen different characters, like with all just distinct personalities. Like,
really?
Yeah, like fucking amazing. There's an episode of Robot Chicken as Barbie. BoJack Horseman. We said all the big stuff. This is a really like half-assed phoned-in episode of the show. Just because everything.
It is not.
We're still here providing quality entertainment, though.
We've done the thing.
We've done the thing. We keep bailing on these early, though. She really hasn't been in anything like before fucking. Actually, no, she was in Eastern Promises before this.
No.
In 2007.
Sick ass movie.
Yeah, it is a really good movie. She was in Ginger Snaps too, also.
As a ghost.
Yeah, I've never seen either of those. Well, there's more than two, I think.
And there's 3?
Yeah.
Sure.
3.
The third one is a prequel, Ginger Snaps Back. It's the same characters, but for some reason...
It's like medieval times, right?
Yeah. Something. Yeah.
All right.
Where they go to medieval times.
All right. I would say, wait, a werewolf outbreak in a medieval times restaurant, and the people have to defend themselves with medieval times armor and weapons.
I'm so fucking
And a
there.
turkey leg. There is a turkey leg kill. You know there is.
You know there's shove it in his mouth, he chokes on a turkey leg.
Go
Yeah.
for a
You're
big
telling me you don't
fucking
love this
turkey
movie?
leg.
No, I don't love this movie.
I love this movie.
This movie is entertaining.
Yeah, okay, that's what I mean. Yeah.
It is, well, no, nothing is worth the price of admission to Disneyland at their world at this point.
No.
But one of the joys of paying that much money to do something is getting a fucking giant turkey leg outside of the fucking Pirates of the Caribbean fucking ride and a beer. And yeah, just going to town on that motherfucker.
I imagine that turkey leg and beer hits way better if you've had 3 previous beers.
Yes. Yeah. You would be surprised, yeah. Or like the rum
and
infused,
no previous food.
a couple of rum infused Dole Whips, like, yeah. This dude was Spunkmeyer in the best Xenomorph movie, Aliens, and there'll be no discussion after that.
There's no discussion. You just happen to be
right, 100% right.
Rum infused whippets, yes.
Oh man.
For when you absolutely don't want to remember the day.
Did we catch that hydrate, or is that a new one?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. I'm gonna drink anyway.
He was talking about mind erasing. Now I'm talking about rum infused whippets. So
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
that's mind erasing.
Let me see your whippet. God damn it.
Yeah. No, there's places you can get fucked up in Disneyland, Disney World. Sorry. We're gonna move on. Up next, Megan Park was in this movie. The only reason I saved her, she hasn't really done anything notable, like, not to shit on her acting wise. She just directed the movie My Old Ass, which is actually really fucking good. With Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah.
It's on Amazon Prime. Highly recommend it.
What's like when she like interacts with herself as a younger.
It's her
person,
younger
right?
self interacting with her future self. Yeah.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I mean, like, she was in the fucking rock movie Central Intelligence.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Sure.
I'm pretty much done with The Rock.
Yeah, like, he had a moment and then, like, I've had enough of The Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. She was in an episode of Entourage. Cool. We're going to move on again.
Yeah, Charlie Bartlett. That was a good ass movie.
I never saw that. I remember that coming out. I'm like, that looks...
Give that a chance.
All right. I'm fucking... Well, we'll get to the crapshoot soon enough. Scott Wentworth. The only reason I saved him, because he also ends up on Orphan Black. I don't know if it's because he, became friends with Tatiana Maslany in this movie, or he's just an actor working in Vancouver.
That's probably the one.
Yeah, but he also ends up on, I think, 5 episodes of Orphan Black.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dr. Ian Van Leer. Up next, George Buza. This dude is like one of those guys like you.
He looks familiar as shit.
Yeah, he pops up in a lot of movies. Surprisingly, a lot of voice work too. He was most notably, he was Beast on the X-Men animated series, both on the original and in the recent revival, which is fucking top tier. If I haven't said that enough, X-Men 97 is like required viewing if you were a fan of the original.
Is that on Disney? It's on Disney, right?
Yeah. Like every episode is just like, holy shit, that was good. Holy shit, that was good.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that like it just each episode fucking delivers.
Nice.
Wish fart. All right. That was a TV series he did a voice on in 2017. We'll get to notable stuff. He was in The Strain for an episode. Yep. Good Lord. A lot of voice work from shit you wouldn't have heard of.
Yeah, like that's a lot of weird animated stuff.
He, in this movie, is the dude who... you didn't watch this movie.
No, I didn't.
He literally shows up for like a second, like looting a fucking dorm room and like yells security because the guy is filming, and that's it. He's gone.
Oh.
Transformers, Cybertron. I could have sworn there was other like notable shit. Degrassi. Again, must have just been a working actor in Canada.
Yeah.
The Red Green Show also. Just a working actor in Canada. He even did the voice of Beast in the X-Men Mutant Academy fighting games. Those were, the first one was good. I don't know if I ever played the second one.
Yeah.
Shows up in La Femme Nikita, the TV series. The voice of Colossus in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Arguably one of the best fighting games ever made.
It's definitely up there.
Yeah.
For sure.
You know what? We're going to move on. Yeah, because it's a lot of fucking Vancouver shows.
And Forever Night.
Yeah. That shows up a lot.
Yeah.
He does the voice of Colossus, Omega Red, and Juggernaut in X-Men Children of the Atom. I was just playing that the other day while I was waiting for Call of Duty to update.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All right, definitely moving on. No, he shows up in 3 episodes of Friday the 13th, the series. And last up, I mentioned Greg Nicotero shows up as a zombie in this for a quick moment.
Yep.
He is, of course, a fucking special effects makeup legend.
Yeah.
He's like the guy right now. We're in like the 80s and 90s. You had your Stan Winstons and Rick Bakers. Like,
yeah,
it's Greg Nicotero now. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, he's been in some other stuff. He was in a Run the Jewels video. Of course, he's been on The Walking Dead because he was doing the makeup on that show.
Mm-hmm.
Piranha 3D. He's in Inglourious Bastards.
He's in Ginger Dead Man 2.
Passion of the Crust.
That's upsetting.
He's in the Hills Have Eyes remake from 2006.
Mm. I guess I never really paid attention to him as an actor because he's just like, he's Greg Nicotero.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh yeah, well he's on this movie because he must have done all the special effects for it.
Yeah.
Not always the case.
He is in what is arguably one of my least favorite werewolf movies ever. Cursed from 2005. The piece of shit Kevin Williamson fucking written.
I don't know, like there's been a lot of fucking god-awful werewolf movies coming out.
This one's pretty fucking bad. It's Christina Ricci and Jesse Eisenberg as like brother and sister who become werewolves.
You
like
see a werewolf flip people off.
Yeah, that's
like probably the highlight of it, I guess.
Which is like the low light of that movie. It's fucking so bad.
Oh, fucking Wes Craven did that, huh?
Yeah, that's disappointing.
Well, we mentioned earlier, all the horror icons have, dumpster fire movies.
We're eventually going to have to watch this piece of shit.
TJ, you fucking asshole.
What did he say?
I used Nicotero when I quit smoking.
He appears in a segment of Body Bags. Okay. Anything else from Nicotero?
Yeah. Dust Till Dawn, Demolitionist.
Sex Machines, buddy. He's in House on Haunted Hill from 1999.
I like that movie.
I was like, we could watch that movie too. We just did a haunted house movie.
Far superior one, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. And of course, he is in Day of the Dead, Private Johnson. And that'll do it for the Better Known As.
God damn, sir.
We made it. We
did it.
On to the crapshoot. What'd you think of Captain America? I saw you went to see it.
Oh, yeah. I liked it. I like that it's not just a superhero movie.
Yeah, it's got the political thriller aspect I liked.
Yeah.
I just wish there was a little bit extra stank on it, a little bit extra, sauce on it.
I don't know. It was good. It's a superhero version of the Manchurian Candidate with a little MK Ultra sprinkled in there.
The Winter Soldier is basically, I guess, 3 Days of the Condor, and this is like in the same vein. This is the Manchurian Candidate.
Yeah.
I liked it. I like Anthony Mackie a lot. He's awesome, especially as Sam Wilson.
Yeah, no, it was good. I don't think I've had really any like criticisms, which nothing really. I loved seeing like not typical superhero like movie people in this superhero movie.
Yeah.
Like he played the main villain. I always forget his name.
It's like Tim
Blake Nelson.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I'm like,
the guy
it's a 3 name.
Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yeah.
Delmer. No, is he? No, he's Delmer.
Yeah, he's
Pete
Delmer.
is, Yep. What's his name? John Turturro.
Yeah. Harrison Ford was awesome. He's fucking Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Like not his first time playing the president. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't have any complaints about that. Like, I'd say it was a solid fucking 7.5.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I really like the aerial fight scene by the celestial thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Or where they're where they're chasing down the fighter pilots. And stuff. Yeah. It was awesome. Is that thing that's sticking out of the ocean? Is that like the fucking? My only frame of reference for it is Snap, where it's
Arishem. It's not Arishem.
No. I was gonna say the fucking High Evolution.
No. High Evolutionary is in Guardians 3.
Oh, okay.
No, it's a Celestial. It's from the end of the Eternals movie.
Oh, okay.
Like, they stopped this like Celestial from being born out of the Earth.
Okay.
And that's why that thing is like half sticking out.
Got it. Also, secondary question: why? So, if this is the first time anybody's ever found adamantium, how did they put adamantium on Wolverine for the Weapon X project?
I haven't gotten there yet in the fucking in the MCU anyway. Deadpool and Wolverine is not. That's a different universe.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was supposed to have happened like quite a while ago, right? Like,
yeah, I mean,
they're just kind of getting around to it.
Yeah, MCU they gotta fuck with the continuity because they didn't have the rights to the X-Men until like recently.
Yeah.
So now they can't really. I guess they might even do something like what they did with what I think they're gonna do with the Fantastic Four. Where they're part of a different reality and somehow they're gonna like pour it over to the main MCU reality.
I saw the trailer for Fantastic Four. Typically don't give a fuck. That movie looks fun.
Right?
That movie looks fun.
Yeah. I'm psyched for that
retro,
movie.
Like just cool.
Yeah.
Like that's got the feeling of the I'm blanking.
I was just
who did the original shit for Fantastic Four? Not Stan Lee, the artist.
Kirby.
Jack Kirby. It's got that Kirby feel.
Yeah. People were bitching about like the look of the Thing. He looks fucking amazing.
Like the fucking Thing.
Look who's with the eyebrows. Because the original comic, he had the big giant fucking eyebrows. Like, what do you want? Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. It looks like the fucking source material.
Yeah. No, I cannot wait for that movie. I never have been like a huge reader of the Fantastic Four. Like there have been times when I've read it.
Yeah.
But like I've always had a fucking soft spot. Like I want somebody to do right by that property. Like movie wise. Like it's just fucking, I don't know.
Well, because it's been mishandled every time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like it's a comic that deserves respect because it's important.
Yeah.
And the people that have tried to make movies out of it have dropped the ball. Like the product or not, give it its fucking due.
Yeah.
Because there are a ton of people that love the Fantastic Four.
And they, to be fair, they have made a great Fantastic Four movie. It's called The Incredibles. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Oh man, but yeah, I am so psyched for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like July. I think is going to be awesome with Superman and fucking Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
And there's another awesome movie coming out then. Oh no, Jurassic Park. We'll reserve judgment.
I think it looks good. I typically don't give a shit about Jurassic anything movies.
Yeah,
like the first Jurassic World, I thought was fun and rad, and the second one just felt like a rehash of that.
And the third one was fucking terrible.
Yeah, but this one looks like it's cool. Like it looks dangerous.
I don't like the big gorilla dinosaur, whatever the fuck that's supposed to be.
I like the concept though.
Yeah.
Like the fact
like I said, I'll reserve judgment.
This is like the island where all of the really fucking dangerous, nasty ones are. We have to go there.
I think it's the island from The Lost World because there's a shot. It's real quick, and
it's wherever they did the research.
Yeah, that's where they went to in the Lost World.
So the Lost World was where they did the research for the first movie.
Yeah.
Then that's where they are.
There's a real quick shot of I think it's supposed to be Jeff Goldblum's they have this two segmented RV that half goes over a cliff in one part of the movie.
Yeah.
And then I think you see the part that didn't go over the cliff still on the island.
Oh, okay.
And it was a quick shot. But
it's been a long time since I saw the second one.
Yeah. The gorilla dinosaur is married to Colin Jost.
I don't get that joke.
I don't get it.
Scarlett Johansson's married to Colin Jost.
Why is she a gorilla dinosaur?
Yeah, I know.
That's what I don't get.
Not a fan, I guess.
All right.
TJ's drawing a line in the fucking sand here. Jesus Christ, yeah. What else? What other trailers came out for that movie? Before Captain America.
I do want to see that Ryan Coogler Southern vampire movie, Sinners with Michael Jordan.
I don't think I saw that.
Oh, I thought I could have sworn that was before it. He's playing twin brothers, it's in the South in the 30s. I think it's the 30s. And it looks like there's, I don't know what the main, they're at some kind of barn dance or something. And these vampires fucking kind of come up and try to come in and say,
oh, wait. Yeah.
I do want to see that. That looks pretty good. I watched, we'll get around to that. We went and saw The Monkey Friday night.
Why would you?
It was good.
It doesn't look good.
It was good. I think you would hate it for sure.
Yeah. Is it up its own ass?
Not really. It's not like Long Legs and where it's super pretentious.
Yeah.
But it does have that quirky, Wes Anderson horror-y, vibe to it.
Yeah. I mean, I can dig on that, but I have to absolutely be in the mood for that.
Yeah. I dug it. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
It's surprisingly gory. It is kind of almost like Final Destination in a way. But yeah, it was good. We enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We saw that. I watched A Haunting in Venice.
Oh yeah.
So I've now seen all of the Hercule Poirot, the Kenneth Branagh.
What did you think of Haunting in Venice?
Not that good. It's not
right?
as good as the
I
other
told
ones.
you, there's some cool shit, but
it was okay. But compared to the first two movies, it's nowhere near as good as those first two movies.
Not even.
Yeah. But yeah, no, he's good as Hercule Poirot, but it was just a little
yeah, it's too much.
Yeah,
it's a very busy movie, I think.
Yeah,
I watched. So I'm currently all caught up on Matlock.
All right, I'm one episode back.
Shit's good.
All right.
Shit's good. I'm starting to come around to the like the subplot, but it's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
But the episodes are good. And I watched a bunch of The Pit.
How's that?
Really fucking good.
All right, I'll check it out.
Yeah. It's if you mix like a realistic version of ER with 24.
All right.
Because I guess the whole show takes place like
The span
hour
of
by
the day.
hour.
Okay.
In it, like, so each episode is,
Like in real
8
time?
to 9 a.m. or whatever.
Yeah. All right. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah. I didn't see all of it because I was just like, I was vulture watching because Monique was watching it. So I was like, I would get sucked in and she was like, I'm done with this. I'm like, fuck.
Did I watch any new shows? I do have another movie I watched.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I watched any new shows. I do want to watch that show Paradise. I keep hearing awesome things about it. It is apparently like a sci-fi-ish show.
Yes. I remember seeing something for that and it looked pretty good.
Yeah, there's something I heard, and I don't know if it's like the big spoiler, so I don't want to say it, but it does.
Yeah.
I heard it's really, really fucking good.
I want to jump in on Yellow Jackets. And
That I've been
I just
watching,
haven't yet.
It's good. This season.
Same with the White Lotus.
That I've been enjoying. That show I like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although there are characters I fucking hate on that show.
Like you hate because you're supposed to hate them, or you hate them because like fuck this show.
There is Jennifer Coolidge is in the first 2 seasons. I can't stand Jennifer
I
Coolidge.
hate her.
Yeah.
I fucking hate her.
I don't understand why people are so fascinated with her. I don't think she's funny.
No,
Like I don't
she's
think.
not.
Yeah. She's just annoying and grating.
Yeah.
Like she was Stifler's mom like 30 years ago. Okay,
Yeah.
that joke was great 30 years ago. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
so
No.
I don't get the fascination. I don't. I'm sorry. Like I just don't.
Yeah, it's so fucking weird because she's everywhere now, and the way they treat her like in things is like she's the new Fran Drescher, but Fran Drescher could comedy circles around her.
Yeah. I just don't get it. Are we supposed to be laughing because she's a fucking like drunk mess or like, I don't get it. Like, I don't understand.
I don't know.
Yeah. Christ.
It's fucking stupid.
But it's a good show. Yeah, we're 2 episodes into the new season. It's been pretty good so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. We watched Y2K last night, the like comedy horror movie from Kyle Mooney from SNL. He's no
Okay.
longer on the show.
Yeah.
It was all right. It had its moments. It was, I'd give it like a C+.
Yeah.
Not great, but it was entertaining.
I watched the Jerry Springer documentary thing on Netflix.
Oh, how was that?
Lackluster. Like so it's 2 episodes, and like all the info you get on it is great. The way they present it is awesome, but like it just feels like they just cut it wicked short because you don't really get like the peak and the decline of the Jerry Springer show. It's like they just kind of like talk about it until they stop talking about it, and then they cut it.
All right. Well, yeah, one of those like once it starts going, like then it just cuts away. Like fuck, no, I wanted more. Like
Yeah, a little bit.
that sucks.
Yeah, but it's like 2 hour-long episodes, some shit like that. So it's not a huge investment.
All right.
Like I didn't know. Like I knew he was the mayor or councilman of
Cincinnati. He's mayor of Cincinnati.
But I didn't know he was like a respected journalist too.
That I
Like
didn't
before
know.
he did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. It's wild.
Like somewhat related. I was driving down State Street in Schenectady the other day, and I was trying to remember where Goldfingers was. Goldfingers was the strip club that Jerry Springer did, I think, at least 1 or 2 episodes from
Yeah.
in Schenectady in the 90s. It was like the dirtiest of the dirt. Not that I ever went there. Fucking,
sure.
if I did, I would honestly tell you I did. I swear to Christ, I did not. It was like
I did not.
Yeah, bottom of the barrel strip club. Like C-section scars and fucking, like.
And crack pipe burns.
Yeah, exactly.
C-team squad here.
Yeah.
Ugh, gross. Oh, man. I don't think I have anything else.
The Green Arrow in Smallville would be the one to have a career. I would have left. Oh, Reacher's back. I've been watching that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to like portion it out because fuck, I love that show. So I only watched the first episode so far, but there's 3 episodes out now.
Yeah. Everybody tells me they love it. Like anybody that watches it is like, it's so fucking good.
It is.
And I don't know. Like I just never get around to it. I never think about it.
Pull the trigger on Reacher.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. See what I can do.
Yeah, that came back this week.
Here's Tiffany with her bleeding track marks.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome to the stage, Tiffany.
Gross. But where are the track marks?
Everywhere. Oh, Lord. I started reading a new comic this week that is fucking awesome so far.
Yeah?
It's called Bitter Root. It is about this family of like monster hunters in Harlem in like 1924.
I'm sold already.
Yeah. Like their family like came up with this recipe. They're like not like there's like other monster hunters that are referenced, but they're different in that like they believe you can be cured of being a monster. So like they're capturing these monsters and like they treat it as an infection. So like they're like, they're curing the infection and like they're just normal people again after that. Yeah. And like their family came up with this like recipe, this like serum based on this root, like basically kills these demons. It's only 3 issues in. It's fucking really good so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Won like an Eisner Award in 2020. There's another award it won too.
Who's putting that out? Sounds like an Image.
I believe it is Image. Yeah. So I like I said, only 3 issues in. Highly right. I picked it up at Earthworld the other day. Like it was like they had like a Black History Month display on the counter, and like I've been hearing good things about it for so long.
Yeah,
and like I saw it sitting there, I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna buy it.
Just pull the trigger.
Yeah, and I do not regret it. Definitely check it out.
Yeah. All right. Jesus, yeah. I still have to read that Dracula book. Like I look through it from time to time. I just haven't like just sat down and fucking read it.
I don't like the way they draw Renfield. They paint Renfield.
I do. He's got no face.
Glowing Klaus.
He's got no face. Yeah. Like it's eyes and a mouth.
Yeah.
Like I think it's fucking rad. There's got to be something to that. Like that's got to be like like because it's not really Renfield or something. I don't know. It's got to be indicative of something going on with the character.
I don't want to spoil it. I'm not going to say. Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else? Oof. Playing the shit out of Call of Duty for sure.
Yeah.
Playing the shit out of Snap still. All I got. Still working my way through Shemp.
Oh yeah.
I finally just got to the part where like they're the Three Stooges now.
Is it slow because you're not loving it, or are you going through slow?
No, I am loving it. I only read on my lunch break at work, so I get like 15 to 20 minutes of like reading time.
Yeah, and
I can knock out like maybe a chapter, like maybe a chapter and a half.
Yeah.
So that's why it takes me forever to read anything.
Yeah.
But no, I am like, it was getting like a little repetitive. Like, okay, they did this show, they toured this place, they went to this, and like Mo's a fucking full of shit liar. Like, okay, great. Like,
yeah,
but it is like getting interesting. Like like I said, they're now like the Three Stooges. They just broke away from like the act like that got them famous. So yeah, it's a really good book. I am really interested in it.
TJ said that they are re-releasing the Marvel Tomb of Dracula omnibus.
Oh, nice.
I don't think I've ever read Tomb of Dracula.
I started
Was that
reading
like a horror
those.
anthology thing, or like that's just about the character Dracula?
It's about the Marvel Dracula. Yeah,
Yeah.
It was a continuing story. They're on Marvel Unlimited, and I started reading those a couple of years ago. I got through maybe like good number of them. They were pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, 70s fucking horror comics. Like, yeah.
Not much to hate there.
Yeah. No, I dug them.
Yeah. All right. Well, you ready to give some socials and some advice and get the fuck out of here?
I think so. Yeah. We should mention we're probably going to be at Retro Nerd Fest. More details to come on that. It'll be at Adirondack Community College, April 5th.
Yeah.
We have to lock that down though. So, yeah. Other than that though, you can find us at Saratoga Comic-Con, May 3rd and 4th, in Saratoga, New York. We're going to be up to our old shenanigans. You know where to find us.
The
up in
usual
our,
shit.
Yeah, our usual spot. We're going to be hosting the actors panel on Saturday. The highlight that you are not going to want to miss, Saturday night. It's going to be an 18 and up panel featuring these two clowns and the rest of the network, actually.
They'll be there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going to be hosting the horror trivia contest.
Yeah.
It is going to be a banger, folks.
It's going to be so
I
fun.
got to start buying prizes for that. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a couple things.
I got to buy a new toilet trophy.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
You are not going to want to miss that. We did it at Mid Hudson last year.
It was so fun.
They literally had to turn the lights off on us because we were having so much fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be more of the same. We don't have anywhere to drive after that, which is going to be. So yeah, that's just a tip you in on where we're going to be at that point. So we are going to require help getting to PJ's barbecue. Oh fuck! They're going to be closed by the time we're done. We are going to need somebody to go and get us PJ's barbecue.
Barbecue SA.
Yeah. No, we'll get that taken care of. We're not missing that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, no, that's going to be. I think it's at 7. Maybe it's at 7.
The trivia
Yeah.
should be at 6-ish because the last panel usually ends at 6.
There's another 18 and up panel in front of us, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure
I'll
we're
come
at
to
7.
that too. Yeah, stick around.
Come to the real one. Yeah.
Hang out at our table. So
Exactly. Yeah. Watch us get even worse. Yeah.
I believe the phrase is annihilated.
Yeah. After that, if we are still allowed at conventions, we're going to be at Mid Hudson Comic Con, August 2nd and the 3rd.
Yep.
That is in Poughkeepsie, New York. That same weekend, you can find us at Tampa Bay Comic Con in Tampa Bay, Florida. Going to be hosting some panels there. There's going to be panels and trivia at Mid Hudson as well.
Yep.
We're all over the fucking place, but we're in demand. We are in demand.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
Now we'll do some socials.
Now we'll do socials. Our website is www.bigdomemonsters.com. You can find us on not Facebook anymore.
We'll get back there. We'll get back there.
I just keep forgetting that it's locked down.
Yeah, they're just not lifting a fucking finger to help.
You can find us on Slasher, the all horror social network. We are Big Dumb Monsters Podcast. If you want to work with us, have us host things for you, you want to be a guest on the show, if you got shit coming up that's cool, like whatever, we'll talk to you. You want us to be on your show, whatever, email us, bigdumbmonsters@gmail.com. And you can find us very occasionally signed into our Steam account where we will play some video games with you, Big Dumb Monsters.
You can check us out on Instagram and Threads at big_dumb_monsters. You can watch this show when it streams live, in case you are listening to the audio version of this, every Monday night at 7:45 on Twitch and YouTube at Big Dumb Monsters on both of those platforms. You should go there. You should subscribe on YouTube and Twitch. This way you're never going to miss the show when it happens. You should go to our merch store at tpublic.com. The crawler. Check the crawler. You can go to thebullandbee.com and get $5 off your order with code MONSTERMEAD. TeePublic we did. Go to TeePublic for the Big Dumb Monster store. And that's it. We'll be other places soon. Guarantee it.
Yeah. Don't forget to look for us in room 40. Room for these nuts in your mouth.
There was a D's nuts joke in the chat.
Yeah.
That would start
It triggered me.
Okay.
It triggered me. All right, we're going to give you some advice.
On that
Get the hell
note,
out of here. Don't let ghoulies eat your ass.
And never sleep in a deathbed.
Bye-bye.